Well, speaking of persuading voters, the former president is making a new case. It's one that I haven't heard from. He's telling the American people, look, you may not like my personality. You may not like everything about me, but one thing you can admit is life was better. And you don't have, you can't afford to vote for Kamala Harris. So this is the former president last night with Sean Hannity.
You can't take the chance. You have no choice. You've got to vote for me. You've got to vote for me. You got to. Even if you don't like me, you know? Yeah. It's no, but even if you don't like me, you can sit there and say, I can't stand that guy, but there's no way I'm going to vote for her. No, you have to have fracking. You know, you're the biggest in the country for this. You have two of the biggest sites in the world. It's a massive business for Pennsylvania, and you can't take a chance. She will not allow fracking. It's still about the forgotten man and the forgotten woman. The people are being treated horribly in this country. We're a country that's being laughed at all over the world. And I'll be honest, if Joe Biden would be a great president, I would be happier than being the worst president in the history of our country, because I want to see what's good for the country.
Wide-ranging.
Yes.
Oh, he covered a lot of territory. Obviously, he's also thinking about the debate, which is going to take place just in about a week. It's going to be on September the 10th. And Kamala Harris is heading to Pittsburgh to so-called debate camp where she's going to be hunkered down. It's going to be televised by ABC and then simulcast as well. And we had heard that she was trying to make sure that all the mics were open.
Yes.
Ultimately, they decided both sides the mics would be muted. So these are the ground rules, essentially. The microphones will be muted except when the candidate who's speaking is speaking, and immediately then it goes off. No live audience to cheer for either side. There will be a pen, paper, and a bottle of water at the lectern. You can't take notes. There will be 2-minute answers to questions.
No pre-written notes, but you can take notes on the fly.
Yeah, sure, but you can't take any in. 2-minute rebuttals and a 1-minute extra minute for follow-ups, clarifications, or responses. So pretty much what we have seen in the past.
So Politico was reporting, because we know Kamala wanted the open mics. They're reporting that her debate team has been an upheaval because they haven't gotten that. Karen Dunn, who's in charge of debate prep, is being described as morose because she wants to have this Kavanaugh-like moment where she's prosecuting the case. She did it to Mike Pence. Let me speak. But there may be some nuance to the rules. Yes, I'm speaking. MJ Lee of CNN says this. There have been some assurances offered to the Harris campaign about how the network would handle any moments of significant crosstalk. So the mics are muted, but who's the muter? Who's doing the muting? Because that guy's got a lot of power if he is giving assurances about crosstalk.
It could be a woman.
Could be a woman.
Just saying.
Oh, I guess I'm biased.
Women can shut you down, too.
They can.
I would say a couple things. I remember last time that they did bring up the mic sometime in crosstalk. You'd hear a couple of words from the other candidate, and then the mic would go up. So there'll be that moment, I'm sure, of unscriptedness. The other thing was it's going to be, if we can put up those rules one more time, the ABC debate, where I think it's going to be key for the follow-ups. It's going to be the 2-minute rebuttal and extra clarification. One thing about Dana Bash and Jake Tapper, they laid out on the clarification. So I'm wondering if ABC is going to come in and say, Mr. President, Miss Vice President, Mr. President, I think you're wrong here, or that's not exactly how it went. That's when you're going to find out about the moderators. Yeah, if they're going to do that, because neither one of those anchors did last time.
Well, and me personally, I appreciated them staying out of the way.
Definitely.
Me too.
Because when you start putting it would be nice if people could leave their biases behind and just ask the questions and do, fair fact checks back and forth.
Right.
They've lost the trust of the American people in that area. I will say this, the former president you have to let her talk, much like Joe Biden. He may have had some cognitive decline, but you got to let her talk, because that's when the word salad starts to happen and all the. If she wants to explain a policy, let her explain that policy. And much like the current president, he didn't use a lot of his time. There was moments in that debate, they're like, Mr. President, you still got 90 seconds.
That's where I loved what he did yesterday in the town hall when he was self-deprecating. You may not like me. You may hate me.
That's right.
but I have the best policy for our country. He can do that with Kamala Harris.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I don't say everything right, Kamala, but you have failed our country.
That's
People
right.
are poor because of you. People are in trouble. Suburban moms across this country are hurting because of you and Joe Biden.
It's so much harder being Trump because you have to go against. Am I going against Kamala Harris, the senator, the AG, the vice president, or the new Kamala Harris, who doesn't say anything?
How exciting.
Anonymous
You never know
surrogates.
who's gonna show up.
Yeah, anonymous surrogates say she's changed the positions. So in the back of your head, you got to study for all four.
Well, the real Kamala, please stand up.
Right.
There you go.
So she'll
That's
be
the
standing
shout.
up.
Will
You know,
it be-
she
wanted
wanted
to
to sit
sit.
down.
Yes.
That's all. So both of them weighed in yesterday on the big event next week. Listen to this.
House debate prep. Madam Vice President, House debate prep.
They wanted notes.
They wanted to be seated and they wanted your mic hot.
They wanted a desk. They didn't want to do. I said, you got to do a stand up.
After they already agreed to the other.
Yeah, but they wanted a desk from the beginning. You know who else wanted a desk? Sleepy Joe. He wanted it.
Okay.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe wanted a nap.
Right.
He's probably taking one.
Yeah, he probably is on the beach, maybe.
So 90 minutes long, 2 commercial breaks, muted mics. So Brian Fallon came out and said basically, okay, you got your way. Trump can't be controlled. That indicates that. No, this was Joe Biden's idea.
Yeah, this is
no one even heard of these rules.
These were the ridiculous rules that you guys presented, and Trump said, "I'll give you anything that you want. All I want to do is be able to stand for the debate."
And no
so it's pretty unbelievable. Down after they tried to ring Trump into doing this debate, saying, "Look, you already agreed to it. Now they want to change the rules." So which argument do you guys want?
And that debate, Trump won.
Of course he did.
Yep.
But then again, Biden really